Hello. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. I haven't streamed this many days and this close together in a while. It's good to be here. Hello, Starla. Nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. Sorry I'm running a little bit late. Such is life some days. Today is one of those days. So come on in and make yourself right at home. I'm going to just chat for a little bit and do some, I'm going to cut out some kind of rough cut some stuff while you guys are all coming on in. I hope you're having a good day. If not, I hope that I can make your day a little better. Thank you, Starla. Thank you, Cindy. It is so good to see you guys. There was a calendar that arrived at my new residence. And I have to say, it's on really inexpensive, super cheap paper. And I decided that it wasn't worth using it as a calendar, but it was definitely worth taking it and using images out of it, either as collage or for reference. So I'm just tearing it apart. Hello, Linda. How's Tim today? I hope he's doing well. And I hope you tell him hello for me and Merry Christmas. So yeah, this is the cheesiest paper. Whew, can't imagine. I don't know why anybody would waste the money to print such a nice calendar with nice artwork on such flim-flam paper. Listen to me being hypercritical. He's doing well. Good. Good, good, good. Does he do things for Christmas? Does he make gifts or things like that? Cards or anything? Hi, Vale. Good to see you. This is an adorable one. How many of you guys do things for Christmas? Like, you know, make things for gifts or cards or whatever. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. I was with a friend. And you know, sometimes when you're with a friend and you start talking, sometimes, you know what I mean. Sometimes you just get carried away. He makes gifts for his friends and family. Oh, me? I get to watch for an envelope? Yay, a Tim envelope. That is going to be cool. You tell him I said thank you in advance. So I'm not here tomorrow. Okay? I will not be streaming tomorrow. And that's why I'm here today. And that's why I was here yesterday. Hello, Connie. Good to see you. Anybody I missed coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'll show you where we are. what I am doing is working on a December journal or a Christmas journal or whatever. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, so I thought, maybe I will get busy and do one. And of course, I'm way late, but whatever. Who cares? After all, it's drama free, right? Okay, so let's look at this little journal. It's not very big. It's not very big. And I have stuff in it. Stuff, because that's how I journal. I stick things in. I stick things in the journal. And then I eventually actually apply them or do some writing or whatever. Sometime this year, you found Christmas cards I made several years ago, so I got to save them. Huh, that's cool, Starla. It's good you found them. So this is the little journal. It was actually a journal that was one of those. It was one of these. One of these ledger type books. So that gives you an idea of how old it is. It's pretty darn old. Yeah, it's pretty darn old. And so I just covered it with fabric. This was one of the little ornaments that I showed last Friday, I think it was. And so I decided to add it to the cover. This is fabric. This is fabric. This is fabric. And this is what we did on Monday. We bound, or Wednesday. When did I do this? I did the journal on Monday. I made the cover, covered the cover on Monday. On Wednesday, I bound the pages in. I think that's what I did. I think that's what I did. So I bound in the pages, and then I added this and this. And then last night, I just played with it, embellished it a little bit. I dotted the letters. I had dotted the ends of the letters, and I decided to dot all the way around the letters because I really like that look. Looks kind of like chain, like ball chain. I like that look. This was from Jelly Plate Printing. It was on a card, and it was a card that I cut apart and took parts of it like this. I just jelly plate printed the front of the card, so this came from here, and this came from another card. I like the trees too. You know how sometimes things just sort of evolve? That's kind of what happened here. And so I just played around with adding some ornaments on the tree. We might add some more ornaments on here before we get too carried away. I did go through and numbered the pages, so I was sure that I had enough to get me all the way through to January 1, which is right here. You can't see it, but that's what's there. And so I have enough with a few extra pages in here. So there's some pages that are going to be, don't have much of anything designated for them. And so I thought, well, what we could do for those is just add collage and things like that there to that. So that may be what we do today. I'm not sure. We're just going to play for the next couple of hours and see what develops. So I'm going to get a couple of clips. A couple of binder type clips, because it's real hard to work on a book when it does this. So let's see. First of all, let me get some numbers. I'm going to stamp numbers because that's definitely the easiest. So let me find some numbers to stamp with. And we will see if my ink pad has ink in it. Hey, Rhonda. Okay, so these are the stamps that I pulled out. This is my fancy way of putting these stamps, holding these stamps in place. I know. It's very fancy. This was a golden fluid acrylics sample box. I don't know, can you see the golden? It's upside down. And then I just glued in some pieces of chipboard. Maybe I taped them. I think I taped them. And then just put the rows of these little stamps in there. It's not the fanciest job of controlling stamps, I have to say. However, it's good enough. So we're just going to pull out all the numbers, and we're going to just stamp them, because you know what? That's going to be the easiest way to control the numbers game here. I haven't done anything else other than I've played with these pages a little bit, just adding a little bit more stuff, but probably you can't even tell that I did. So let's see whether this ink pad, which is vermilion, archival ink in vermilion, let's see if it even has ink in it. Good enough. It's good enough. Yep. Okay, let's stamp. So what I have here is, I have gone through and I have numbered pages, so I'm going to erase the number and immediately stamp it so I remember. And I'm not going to worry about whether it is straight or a perfect stamping or anything else. So I hope you can indulge me while I do that, while I stamp this, because then we know that we have pages, enough pages throughout the whole book. And I dropped my eraser. So yeah, this morning I went and visited a friend of mine, and you know, sometimes you just start talking and you just have more to say than you have time to say it. And sometimes you just have to take the time. You just have to take time and do the deal. And that's what I did. Okay, I don't think I stamped. Did I put a number on this one? Or 5. There it is. So I'm not numbering some of the pages. I'm letting some of the pages be blank, just so I have places that I can actually go in and put in collage or what have you, or just do more artwork. And I made a whole list of things that I thought I could do some drawing or artwork, and then again I may end up just using it as an art journal and not as a writing journal. I don't really know. We're just going to see how it develops. You went to dinner at 8:30 with a friend last week. Next thing you know, it was 11 p.m. I know. That's the best kind of dinner, isn't it? That is truly the best kind of dinner, when you just lose track of time. I have a couple of friends like that I talk to on the phone. Haven't done that for a while, but that's kind of what happens with us. We sort of lose track. And I do have a friend here in my community that we have been through a lot of stuff together, and we still get together every week if possible. And she is an absolutely dear friend. We are very, very different in lots of ways. That's what's funny. Okay, now I need a 1 and a 0. Okay, this is 10. We're very different in many ways, but you know what we've discovered is that we are way more alike than we are different. 10, okay. And that is one of the wonderful things. You know, I see people all the time, especially like around the election and stuff, where families wouldn't invite families to come spend time with them or have Thanksgiving with them. And I'm like, are you kidding me? What in the world is going on here? It's like, don't you have more in common than you have that divides and separates you? Yep. Okay, 12. It's good that I numbered these. Because you know why? Because thinking, talking, and doing all at the same time, that is a challenge. Hello, Christine. Good to see you. Boy, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Okay. It's so nice to see people pop back into the chat. Yeah, so I had a delightful conversation with my friend this morning. She is such an amazing and inspiring person to me. And again, she and I have a lot in common. Funny thing is, we have kids that are the same age, or very close to the same age. 16. And we are about 20, let's see. She's 27 years older than I am, I think. But we have children that are almost the same age. Isn't that funny? So we have a lot in common. We do. I think we need to spend more time looking for the ways that we are alike. And this may stamp right off this page. Kind of wonky. I think we need to spend a lot more time looking for the ways we are alike than the ways we are different. I went to a fancy dinner one night. I don't know when this was. It's been a while. It was one of those people like to impress people. Sometimes I'm not one of those people. I could care less how much money you make, what you do, where you live. I care about your heart. I care about how you treat people. That's what I care about. Anyway, went to this fancy dinner. And, you know, it was like, I told Studley Duck, I said, don't ever bring me back to this again. Don't ever bring me back here again. Because these people are so impressed with themselves, and I'm not impressed with a single one of them. And I belong here like Eliza Doolittle. Do you know Eliza Doolittle from My Fair Lady? Yeah, I belonged there like Eliza Doolittle belonged in the whatever the thing was that the professor was getting her ready for. Okay, this is number 21. We're getting close, you guys. We're getting close. Thank you for indulging me as I do this. So this morning, this morning was fun. This morning I started early and I went out in the kitchen. I made coffee because the house is out in the country, so you can't just like run down to the corner store to Starbucks. And okay, that's 22. Here's 23. Went out to make coffee, and Chance was demanding to have food, so I got food for him, and he has to have kind of special wet food so that I can put his stuff on it that keeps him I don't know delicately how to say it any other way than to keep his system running smoothly. You can use your imagination, okay? So he will get that with wet food. Well, then I thought, well, I should take some out to the outdoor cats. Well, first of all, what I did is one of the dogs, the outdoor dogs, whose name is Pepper, had come inside. She doesn't usually come in, but she had come in when the Studley Duck took Muppet outside to walk, to pee and all that. And so when I fed Chance, Pepper is not quite as old as Muppet, but she's in just about as bad a shape as Muppet is. And she loves this. She has, her sense of smell is very sharp, and she loves those little cat food. They're little plastic things. They're about this wide and about that long. It's like a little tray. And so she also loves peanut butter. So I got some peanut butter out, and I slathered it inside this cat food container. And then I got her to go back outside. Because she is not a dog. She is a dog that once she's in the house, she's going to stay inside. And then that means it's hard for me to feed Chance, and, you know, gets a little complicated. So anyway, I got her back outside. Well, then I realized that the outdoor cats were out there. There's 2 outdoor cats that belong to Elton. And I thought, oh, I'll fix them a little container of food. So I did. And then the people that live next door left their cats, and so their cats come over because they like Elton, and they're beautiful cats, 2 beautiful cats. And I mean, the people come over and feed them and stuff, but they're lonesome. They're lonesome for people and human companionship. So 29. Okay, this is going to be 30 over here. I got to keep my wits about me here, because this page over here is going to be 30. So I'm going to go 3 on this side. And so they're 2 beautiful long-haired cats. All right, I don't know how I'm going to get this to show up. I'm just going to stamp it, and then I'll probably go over it with some other color of ink or something. Yeah, because it's not going to show up, but I may be able to see it in the light. I can see it in the light. You guys, I'm sure you might not be able to see it. It's kind of right there, 31. And then over here, let's see, what shall I do? 01. We might get fancy over here. 01, and this is where I'll probably screw it up. So don't talk to me while I'm doing this. 2025. Okay. Is there a dash? No. All right, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go for it. Again, you're not going to be able to see this, but I think I can do it. Where I can see it, and then I'll go over it with ink later. Okay. O. One. Okay. O. One. And then I gotta get the light where I can see it. 2. O. 2 and 5. Now, if I see this and I'm actually able to do that in ink on top of that, I will be so impressed with myself. Like a jelly roll pen or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, back to the cats. Off of the kitchen in this house, there is one of those glass doors. There's a deck, and there's a glass door that goes all the way down. And so all you can see is the cat out there going. I thought, oh, his name is or Blue. This one's name is Blue. He's black and white. And it's like, oh, Blue is hungry. So I need to cough up some food for Blue. So I did. Well, Blue has a friend and his companion. I don't know if they are litter mates or what, but his name is Socks or Sock. I don't know which. He is a beautiful, long-haired, it's like a tiger stripe kitty. Dark, he's in the brown and black versions, but he's got long hair. So he's kind of a tabby, sort of, but he has white feet, little white feet. So Sock or Socks fits him. And so clearly, Blue has informed Socks, or I'm going to call him Socks. He has clearly informed Socks that there is free food next door. And so over he comes. So now the two of them are at the door going. So I coughed up another container of food and put it out, in which they immediately scarfed up. And the outdoor cats, Elton's outdoor cats, scarfed up. I gave up 4 containers of cat food today. I told him, I said, I cannot continue myself to feed all these cats. You're going to have to help. He said, okay. Oh, good, Starla. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I would stamp in gold, but I don't have any gold ink pads. Or I would. It's a great idea, but I don't have any of that. Okay, so it's good enough. It's good enough. I think I'll be able to. Let's see if we can do it now. Shall we? Let's use. We'll see if I have a gold pen that works. If it does, we'll kind of outline that one does not really work very well. Let's try this one. This one's not too bad. Okay, let's see if we can at least outline or go over it. I'm going to have to get real close. I'm just going to go over what I stamped. So it was kind of a fun morning to make some animals very happy, super happy. Probably what I'll do is go back over this in just a minute. I will go over this. In fact, I can do it right now with a gold Posca pen, because when nothing else works, a Posca pen does. All right, good enough. At least I can see what it is. And then I have one more on this side. Let's get this with a little shot of heat, just so maybe it won't smear. Maybe it will. I don't know. We're calling this kind of a junk journal, art journal, so you know what? If it turns out to smear and stuff, that's okay. Good enough. Good enough. So we have page numbers. And I know that I have enough to get all the way through to January 1. Now, do you think that I will be successful? We should take a bet on whether I will get all the way through this. We should. I agree with you, Rhonda. I do. These cats. Well, last night, it was funny. Last night, I may be here just talking to you guys today, shooting the breeze. Last night, we were going to work on the basement and taking down some old shelves and doing some rearranging. But I knew that that wasn't going to happen when Elton came in with one of the outdoor cats all cuddled up in his arms. And of course, the outdoor cat is not sure he wants to do this, even though he used to do it frequently. He wasn't sure he wanted to do it last night. So he came in going, "Murr, murr," you know how they do that. And these are just farm cats. They're not Siamese. You guys will get a kick out of this. I didn't get a picture of it, I don't think. Let me see. Let me see if I got a picture of it. No, I did not. I should have, but I didn't. So anyway, he brings in this cat, gray and white, outdoor cat. He's all cuddled up, and Elton is so calm and so good with animals. He brings him in, and he sits down in the rocking chair, and he's holding him. His name is Braveheart, the cat. And so he's holding Braveheart, and he's stroking him, and he's just talking to him and just calming him down. And Chance has appeared and realizes that something isn't right. Okay, you guys all have seen Chance. You've all met Chance, my Siamese, who is older than dirt and almost older than time. And he comes from around the back of the chair and jumps up into Elton's lap. And Braveheart's there. But Braveheart's pointed the other way. And for whatever reason, Braveheart was freaked out enough that he didn't even realize there was another cat involved. He's just worried about what's happening. And Chance is here on Elton's knee looking at this cat, this gray and white cat, going, I don't think I like this. I don't think I like this. And he stayed there for a long time studying the situation. He didn't growl. He didn't do anything. I think he actually wanted to be friends with said Braveheart cat, who's not very brave. And finally he jumped down and went on his merry way. And he sat and, he did the roast chicken pose quite a bit in different parts of the living room looking at this, because it's like, I'm supposed to be on that lap. And I don't understand who that is on my lap. because he loves to sit on Elton. It was so funny. Well, a little bit later, Braveheart has now calmed down. He's realized this is a nice place to be. Chance is still surveying the situation. And Braveheart now has decided he owns the lap he's on. Okay? He owns the lap. This is his person. He's comfortable. He's all nice and warm and everything's cool. And he's all stretched out and he's purring and doing the thing and Elton's patting him. Everything's good. And then all of a sudden, Braveheart spies Chance, who's on the floor just looking up at him. And Braveheart goes, "More!" And I'm like, oh, there's going to be World War III here. And I'm like, he was sitting beside you 10 minutes ago. You didn't throw a fit then. What's wrong with you? Anyway, and Chance never flinched. She just looked at him like, yeah, you and who else? It was really funny. It really was. It was funny. Yeah. So anyway, okay, so we have numbers and we have a little bit here in the front, and I'm just going to kind of play around in this journal, to tell you the truth. I'm just going to kind of play around in it. So here are some birds that came out of this cheesy calendar. And the paper is terrible. This paper right here is not bad. But this was the cover. And it is not even a 60-pound cardstock. It might be 24-pound paper. But this particular little calendar, it's a regular calendar, maybe just a touch smaller than kind of a regular calendar. And it is all about gnomes and plays on words about gnomes. And the artwork is by Susan Wingett, I think is who it is. Let me look. See if I saved the thing. Wingert. Susan, I don't know what her... Susan Wingett. Yeah, Winget. So that's who the artwork is by. It was pretty funny last night. I gotta tell you, it was pretty funny. This little cardinal's gonna have to come in from the side of the page because he doesn't have much tail there. He's just entering the picture apparently. So he's gonna have to be coming in from the side. So I'm just kind of quickly fussy cutting around these little birds. I do love cardinals. I've had cardinals that, pairs of cardinals that come to when I used to put the bird feeders out. I had to quit doing the bird feeders because they drew mice. And the mice got in the attic. And then I had to call the exterminators to come get rid of the mice in the attic. So, the circle of life was not very good right there. It just wasn't. Wasn't very nice. Wasn't very good. So, I decided that they said to me, if you're going to have bird feeders, you need to have them far away from your house. I said, you know what? I can put them far away from my house, but I can't fill them up if they're far away from my house, because they would have to be really high, and I'm not going to do that. So I enjoy the birds other places, and they still come into the trees around my house. But now that I am moving houses and there are bird feeders out there, and Chance has discovered that there are bird feeders there. He just made that discovery it was either at the end of last week or the beginning of this week. He actually discovered that there really were actual birds close to the house. And he about lost his mind. I will show you. I don't think I showed you guys these pictures. Yeah, you're going to like this one. So, whoops. So here he is on this giant cat tree. The bird feeder is up here hanging down from the window, and he has just now discovered that there are birds, real birds, and he discovered it on his own. I didn't even have to show him on that bird feeder. And then he turns around and looks at me like, yeah, what? He is just totally, yeah, looking at me like, what are you looking at? But he was so enamored with those birds. Oh. All right, we're going to simplify this branch because I don't think I can manage to handle all those spindly leaves. So we're going to simplify. In other words, we're going to edit. We're going to edit down the picture and edit out the parts. Let's see. I don't know. This is kind of a goofy thing because that leaf is never going to support that fat little cardinal's body, but maybe we can make something out of it. So what are you guys doing today? Are you having a good day? I hope you are. We have a family member in the hospital right now. I don't really have permission to tell you who it is, but if you would remember, you know, you don't really have to have a name to send prayers and good thoughts and good energy that direction. It's always hard to be in the hospital around any holiday sort of thing, isn't it? Or just to be sick, you know, or just even just not to be feeling good. It's rough around special occasions. And anyway, so if you would, that would be great. All right, so we have some little, thank you. You're making pizzelles? Is that how you say it, Rhonda? Pizzelles? Chance walked in, Rhonda, Chance walked in out there like he owned the joint. Oh, rats in the area. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That would not be good. Okay, so we have some little cardinals here. Let's see if we can find a spot. Shall we? Let's just find a spot right about here. And let's see what we can do. Let's put this little fat guy, maybe something like that. And this one, I know we're not going to have male cardinals, too many male cardinals together, so we're just going to we're going to pretend, okay? We're going to pretend. So we'll have to give this little guy something to sit on. Maybe we'll put these two like this, and then we'll put this other little one somewhere else. Sounds reasonable to me. All right. That's correct, pizzelles. Those are the ones that you use is it use an iron that you dip? I don't know if I got the right cookie. Or you dip it in batter and then you like deep fry them or something. Is that the kind? Ooh, this glue stick is Got some definite goo going on. It sure does. I have not made Christmas cookies. I'm going to just stick his little tail off the edge, and I'll trim it up a little bit better here in a minute. I haven't made Christmas cookies in, boy, a long time. It seems like they always seem to find me, though. They seem to find me. He's a special machine. Oh, lacy looking. Oh, okay. I got the wrong ones. I got the wrong kind of cookie in my head. I don't know what kind of cookie's in my head, but it was the wrong one. Okay, let's go for another one. Let's see if we can avoid sticking the bird in the glue. So I'll turn the page. I have got plenty of glue papers. I don't know why I try to save papers. I really don't. Because I have plenty of glue paper to use. Okay, rosettes or timbales, is that how you say it? Hi, Joni. You were watching Wednesday Live, except it wasn't live. Hey, Miss Allie. It was live, but it wasn't live. It was a ruse. It was a ruse. Yes. All right, let's see if we can, see if I can avoid making a horrible mess here. Okay, there's that. All right, let's find another place, and we're just going to randomly, let's go over to this one. And here's going to be a little bird. And then we have an extra leaf. I may not need that extra leaf. Maybe we'll put that on the other birds, because 3 leaves seems like that should be enough. I know. Some days I don't know what day of the week it is either, especially if there's a holiday involved. Oh goodness, that's the worst. Give me a holiday, especially in the middle of the week, and it is. I'm toast for the rest of the week, because after that, every day feels like Saturday. Either it feels like Saturday or it feels like Monday. You know what I mean? Oops, I just tore off a leaf. I told you this paper is so fragile. So thin, so fragile. And so we are going to have to put this back together. So let's see if we can make this. Well, come on now. Come on now. Let's cooperate, as my son used to say when he was little. Cooperate. When he was a little boy. All right, we'll add a little ink to that. Nobody will ever know that it came apart. It is Drama Free Thursday. It was Impromptu Wednesday and Drama Free Thursday. Because there is no Drama Free Friday this week. All right, Cute little birds. I like those little birds. All right, let's see if we can stick this leaf on here before I lose it. Let's come back over here. Well, it doesn't seem like it would really fit with that too much. Yeah, I don't really think it fits with this, so you know what? We're just going to put that little leaf aside. I'll probably end up throwing it away just because. All right, something else I want to do is that I got out here, and I got plenty of little gnome things. Look at these little cute little things. I think this is cute. This would be cute on one of the pages. This I like too, but this is going to be a pain to cut that out. So we're not going to cut that out, but we might cut out the packages. That might be something I do. So here's where the cardinals came from this page. But look at this artwork. So this is Susan Wingert. It's Wingett, sorry, W-I-N-G-E-T. This is Susan Wingett's artwork for this calendar. But there's just some real cute collage material. Catch a little joy. Look at all those. Aw, so cute. Her art is great. And it's also, if you don't take credit for it yourself, it's also a good way to practice with colored pencils and things like that, to use her artwork as a inspiration. Aren't they cute? Look at these little flowers. The butterflies are adorable. So are her daisies. So I just ripped that calendar apart. I didn't even ask if I could. I just ripped it apart. Now, not all these have anything to do with Christmas, clearly. But I think that they were just some really sweet little artworks. Like this one. This one could be coming up from the bottom of a page. That would be fun to see him. And there's more of the cardinals. Adventure awaits. Like this one is too cute. This one is too cute. I won't make you suffer through that. Maybe I'll make you suffer through the packages. Maybe I'll make you suffer through that. But not through the whole painful process of some of it. I would probably be better. Something like this, sometimes you're better off to cut with a good, sharp craft knife than scissors. But let's just see. I'm just going to go ahead and come across here. I thought we might do a little bit of drawing also today, but I don't know. Look at that star is good. Let's just take that star while we're here. I don't know, sometimes I get onto one idea and then it's just like, oh, and that's good, and that's good, and that's good. You know what I mean? Let's take this. I don't know that I'm going to do anything with this, but it is awfully cute. Okay. So we'll put that up there. Hey, CB. Good to see you. You cut apart a calendar? Yeah. Endless bits and pieces of creative collage fun. I also have some of the photographs that are from my various Christmas mandalas that I've done. And so I thought I might use some of those as well. So today, you know, I'm obviously not going to do any writing with you guys, but I just thought, you know, kind of decorating the various pages in the journal would be kind of a fun thing to do as we chat. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if the outdoor cats from next door decide to come over since I've been feeding them. What do you think? Do you think they're going to come live at our house? I think there's a high degree of probability. They're so friendly. Oh, they're such nice cats. Can't imagine just leaving them. That would not. I don't know how you do that. That's all. All right, we're going to edit this. We're going to edit this ribbon. They may have had a reason, you know, maybe where they moved doesn't allow pets or something. I really don't know. We went to Life Group, which is part of, it's the small group from our church. We went there Tuesday night, and we went out to eat. And there are 3 couples in our group, and we are by far the oldest. By far. But that's not a surprise because we're getting to the point where we're older than most everybody else. So, you know, that's just the way it is. So if you don't reach back to the younger generation when you get to a certain point in your life, you're going to run out of friends. Anyway, so one of the other wives said she wanted to know how much, if everybody was ready for Christmas, and if anybody had done their Christmas shopping. And I said I had done some. And she said she had done 0. I'm like, woo. Because she works full time also. And I'm like, that could be a little tricky there. And she said she was going home that night and she was not going to bed until she did all of her Christmas shopping. I'm like, wow. That's a task. That is a task right there. That's a goal. Okay, let me zoom in so you can see what in the world I'm going to do here. I'm going to take this craft knife, which is probably not all that sharp, so this may or may not be successful. And right here where this is green, and this paper is so flimsy. Ugh. We're going to see if we can sliver out most of this inside of this bow. The other one, I should probably take a little, it's not much there. It's a tiny little bit. But when you can't get scissors in, about your only choice that I know of is to use a craft knife. Okay, so it's good enough. I'm not going to worry about what's down here with the berries. Maybe right under this one, because there's the top of the present and there's the edge of the leaf. So maybe we'll go around that little berry. Okay, there you go. Okay? All right, let's find a place to put that and see if we can find a place to put the star. And shall we put this on here? Yeah, I agree. I agree. But you know what? Maybe we'll be lucky enough to end up with them. That could be too. That could be too, because they've decided that we're pretty good people. Yep. Okay. And I thought I would show you these. You can look at these because I thought we might use these as inspiration for drawing a little bit, because these are fun little trees, but these are done in fabric. All right, let me see what I can do on this. We're going to cut off the tails of this ribbon, and we're going to act like they weren't even there. Like they're curving around the back side of this Santa's pack or whatever it is. All right, can you guys stand to watch me fussy cut this out? I know I've heard stories about Dee Dee Willingham's prowess at fast fussy cutting. I am not, nor will I ever be Dee Dee when it comes to most things. Certainly not fast fussy cutting. Boy, that is hard to say very fast. I want to say fast fuddy cutting. That's what I want to say. Okay, let's see. Where are we now? We're right here. If you can stand it, I'm going to cut out the rest of this. If you can't stand it, tune out quick. So today I have to go to the pet store and I have to get some more cat food. I know, right? And also some puppy pads, because on the other end of life, dogs, yeah, dogs. I'm not going to cut the snow out. I'm going to ignore the snow. Dogs at the beginning of their life, not too dissimilar to humans, start out needing help. And I'm finding, I've never had a dog as old as Muppet, but I'm finding with her the same thing. So she is back having to use, we have to have puppy pads available for her if we put her in the laundry room or anything like that. If she comes over here with me to my house, she doesn't seem to have the same issues, but I'm also here to let her out a lot more often, so there is that. I can't leave her at the other house for a long period of time and expect her to let herself out. That doesn't work. She just doesn't, for some reason, she doesn't open the door and let herself out. And it would be bad if she did, because if she could let herself out, she could let other varmints, not necessarily cats and dogs, but she could let other things come in, and that would not be good at all. Yeah. All right, so we got to cut around this little leaf because it would look funny to just whack it off at the edge of the hat. So we're going to kind of cut it out. Boy, this paper is fragile. God, why in the world would you go to the trouble to print a calendar on such cheesy, cheap paper? I guess because you're going to send them out. It's a fundraising thing, you know, so they send them out and they hope that you feel guilty and you send money back to them. I would be much more inclined to send them money if it was a quality product that they sent out. The artwork is quality, but the paper is crap. Absolutely crap. Okay, so we're going to eliminate the greenery because that's just not happening. And go around the little bag. Edit as you go, right? I'm also going to put some of the sprocket pictures in here from Christmas, so that will happen later. All right. Okay, I'm going to cut all this off. And then I'll figure out how in the world I'm going to make this little greenery work here in a second. You know, my attitude toward animals always has been, if you have an animal come and live with you, it is your responsibility to take care of them for the duration of their lives. Kind of like people. You know, if Clausman realized what had happened to him, which he didn't, thankfully, but if he had realized what was going on with him, he would have been absolutely horrified at the level of care that he required, and, you know, his lack of being able to reason and all that kind of stuff. He would have been totally horrified if he'd realized it. But you know, with animals, they don't realize anything. They just, they're just there to love you, you know? So it's my responsibility, that's my attitude, is to take care of them, or to make sure, and my promise has always been to people when I've adopted an animal from a person, my promise to them, because we've done it with dogs and cats, has been that I will take care of them, or I promise that I will find someone who could give them a better living situation than I could. And you know, sometimes people don't care. They don't care if you promise them that. All they want to do is get rid of a problem. And that makes me sad when people are like that. Okay, so that's not the best cutting job in the entire world, but it's the best I could do for this greenery down here. Whew. Makes me hold my breath when I'm doing something like that. All right. Puppy pads are a lifesaver, no kidding. Is Kate's Fish here? Carla, are you here? Hi, Carla. Good to see you. Yep. They do love you no matter what. They do. And sometimes they're so scared, and there's reasons for their behavior. Don't you think these are cute? Look. Don't you think they're cute? Look at that old bell. I don't know where I came up with that, but that is an old bell right there. I think they're cute. Here's this one. This is a new bell. The new bell and the old bell have a totally different sound. Isn't that interesting? New, old. Totally different. Anyway, okay, so I thought we might use those for inspiration. I don't know. Maybe we will. All right, let's see if we can, I don't know if we can put that fragile thing on a page, but let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Let's go through here and let's find, how about on day 25, how about if we put the presents on day 25. I think that'll work. Okay. Gotta find where I glued on here so I don't mess it up. Oh, wish me luck. This paper is just so flippin' fragile. I need to stop talking like that because it's not going to help it with me and the glue. This is Yoo-hoo. It's that kind of glue. And it is sticky. Goodness, it's sticky. All right, let's see if we can put this on here. Let's see if I can get it up here where you can actually see. That would be good. And then I will cut off the bottom here in a minute. Okay. Ooh, we got it. Not bad. Whew. That's good. That was a good one. Okay, let's cut off the bottom of this because I hate things that stick off the bottoms or the edges of pages. Personally, some people love it. I don't. So I get rid of the ragtag sticky outies. I like that. It was worth cutting out. It was worth it. It was worth cutting the bow out. I know, right? Yeah, I still have a big, one of those big phone books. I can't tell you how many bazillions of those I threw away. And you know what? I wish I hadn't thrown them away now. Yeah, I threw all those things away. Goodness sakes. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go back to the front part of the book. Shall we put the gnome pole here at the front? Shall we put it on black? I'm gonna let you guys vote. You guys have to be involved in this, okay? Shall we put it on black? Okay, come on, camera. There we go. All right, shall we put it on black? Shall we put it on white? I know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to ask anyway. Black or white or on the lined paper? On both? I like the black too, actually. The lines are not good. Yep, I agree. We'll get rid of that. Okay, that choice is eliminated. So either on white or black. So far the black makes it. All right, let's put it on black. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weight this. I'm going to weight these pages a little bit with some binder clips. Okay. Okay, you guys, this could be tricky. This could be tricky. There's a lot of little fine detail on this. Wish me luck. We may be drawing some of it back in if I rip it off. That happens, you know. Okay. CB, are you making Christmas cards? CB makes the most incredible Christmas cards, honestly. The layers and stuff that she does on her cards. Are you still making Christmas cards? Okay, all right, hang with me, baby. I just need to glue a little bit more. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see. Looks like I about got it. Let's find out. They're in the mail. Not so fancy. Oh, I don't blame you. I do not blame you for that. Okay, so Oh, my hands are sticky. I need collage. I need gluing lessons from Caged Fish. She's the best gluer. Dee Dee is an incredible cutter. Caged Fish. Let's see. Okay, I'll explain to you something that really bugs me. I will. I'll explain to you what really bugs me because I'm going to have to fix it at some point. Oh, that didn't get any glue. Okay. This didn't get my, oh, this is, yeah, this is a pipe dream getting glue on this little crazy thing. Oh well, it's good enough. This kind of thing, okay, I'm going to explain something to you. See this? What can I do this with? Okay, let's use this tinier. Okay, if you take this part of the candy cane right here, this is a personal pet peeve of mine in artwork. If you take this candy cane and you go straight up like that, following the edge of the candy cane here. Well, let's follow. All right, let's follow this edge because this edge continues. You see what happens over here? There's candy cane there, but nothing up there. Your eye needs to complete that. Now, a lot of people, that's not going to bother them. That kind of stuff bothers me. So we're going to have to find a bird or something to cover that up. Yes, we are. Because Barb can't be having that. I know. Let's find something. We got to find a pine cone. How about a pine cone? Will a pine cone cover that up? Pine cone's probably too big. Here, we will cover it up. With the kind of flower that doesn't belong at Christmas, and that's okay. I know, it is picky. It is picky. That comes from all those years of when Claus Man would carve something and I'd go, you know what this needs? He's like, what? After we've worked on all the carvings and, you know, all that stuff, and I would be working on painting one of them, and because we didn't just do the carvings, we always added embellishments on them, you know. We added gemstones and extra accessories and stuff. And so when I would say to him, you know what this needs? I mean, he so often would just roll, his eyes would roll back in his head because he's like, what? And because he knew it was going to be something that was going to be hard to carve or hard to do. But it wasn't my fault that it needed those little things, you know. So when I'd say, this Santa just needs a pipe in his mouth, he'd go, oh no, a pipe. He carved more tiny little pipes. Okay, that holly leaf is way too big, so we're going to eliminate that. We're going to just come in here. We're going to edit. I'm going to edit this little image. And then there was the year where I said, you know what this little guy needs? Because it was a little Santa and he had a sign. He had a sign. All right, we're going to get rid of that. I said it needs a tiny little red bird. He said, where am I supposed to get that? And I said, well, you're going to carve it, right? Okay, see, now that distracts the eye enough that you no longer pick up on the fact that it's not the right thing. At least it does that for me, and since it's all about me, since it's all about me, folks. Yeah. All right, what did I do? Here it is. I know it's picky. I know it's picky. I can't help it. Okay. Boy, when he did that little teeny tiny red bird, I can probably show you the one. If I can find the book, I can show you the one. Oh, that poor little red bird. Yeah, the things Clausman said, because he cut his finger, and yeah, he sure did. He cut his finger carving that little red bird. Okay, you guys want to see it? I'll see if I can find it. Raccoons eating cotton candy. Oh, how funny. That's funny. That is funny. Okay, hold on. Let me look for this carving. Photograph of it. I think it might be in one of these books. Yeah. All right, let me look. Let me look real quick. Not that one. That was 2013. Okay. Let me just look real quick. If I can't find it fairly quickly. Here's one of the pipes. All right, let me show you one of the pipes that he did. Okay, just be that way. What, you're not gonna, there we go. Okay, there's one of the pipes. See that little pipe? Those were carved. Those were hand carved. Yeah, they were. Mm-hmm. He carved lots of pipes because a lot of them needed those. They told me that they needed them. And teddy bears. He carved lots of little wooden teddy bears too. Yeah. Like this one. Lots of little wooden teddy bears. See? Oh, he could, and sometimes he could just about lose his mind with what I would ask him to carve, to embellish. He didn't always have the ideas for, he didn't always have the same vision I had for the pieces. Like this dog, he carved the dog to go on it for a friend of ours. That was a commission piece. We never did commission pieces very often. This was one who had a yellow lab and wanted a yellow lab Santa. That was stressful because he wanted it to look like his yellow lab. And the guy was thrilled, so it all turned out okay. Okay, it's not in that book. All right. Here's another pipe. Here's another one that had a pipe. This guy. Yeah. Those were not his favorites to carve. It would make me laugh though, so it was all good. Hello, Alicia. All right, let me see. It's got to be in one of these. I've only got one more book upstairs, but and I had him carve cats sometimes. See, there's another little teddy bear carved separately and added. Another one. This was actually part of the Santa. Sometimes they were part of it and sometimes they were added on because I would only think of it afterward. When I was painting them, I go, you know what this one needs? Go, no, what? Sometimes he was Scrooge. Yeah, sometimes he was. That little bird's nest. Okay, here's a bird. All right, this will give you the idea. So this Santa is probably 11 inches tall. And this is a little hand-carved nest. And there's a little hand-carved bird in there. Okay, there it is from a different angle. A different angle. There it is, blown up a whole bunch. Look at that teeny little bird. That bird is probably 3/4 of an inch from beak to tail. I know, Santa flesh. Yep. Yep. Okay. I don't think it's in here, but I'm going to look a little further. But you got the idea. You saw the bird. A bird. It wasn't the bird I was thinking of, but it was a bird. Yeah, it's not in here. So it must be in a different book. Sorry about that. Anyway, you got to see a bird. You got to see a little bird. I had a lot of Santa's flesh paint. I've used a lot of it in my day. That is for sure. Okay, and we have... See, I like that so much better, where it's just got a little thing that just makes your eye fill it in. It's okay. I'm okay now. I'm okay. It's all about me. All right, we have a little star that maybe we'll just plant this star up here on this black page, just maybe not up too high, and then I'll put a hanger on it, and that'll work. Yeah, he never did do that, although he did do the one with the head up the butt. He did do that one. That he did all on his own. That was from an advertisement that Apple did. I believe it was Apple Computers did. And I'm just going to put this right here. That was what inspired the head up the butt figure that we did. And then we cast it in resin. I still have a few of those cast in resin. You know, casting things in resin seemed like such a brilliant idea. It really did. But you know what's not a brilliant idea about casting things in resin? Is that it only saved him time. It never saved me time, because I still had to paint all those things individually. And so, yeah, it saved him all kinds of time. And once the mold was made, and that was time consuming, but once the mold was created, then he could mold those pieces so quickly, which was great. You know, that was great. But the amount of time that was involved with painting and finishing them was exactly the same for me. So the whole molding process it was flawed. It was flawed. I destroyed all the molds because I thought that is not something that I'm ever going to do. I'm never going to do the molding process. That was his part of it. And you know, I'm not going to let anybody else have these molds. These were his original pieces, and so I destroyed all of that. That was kind of a hard day, to be quite honest. But yeah, it was one of those things where sometimes you look at things and you just know what has to be done. You know, it's like, no, this is one of the things I got to do. And and the molds break down after so many years anyway, so they were going to go away at some point. And they may already have gone away because we hadn't used them in quite a while. But I had a load. I had a load of them. So, yeah. But I still have some of the pieces from the molds that have not been painted, so at some point I'm still going to paint them. I don't know. I don't know if I will or not, quite frankly. You don't think you could have done it? It was one of those things where sometimes you just have to make the hard choices. And in that case, it was about honoring his work. And maybe that sounds weird, but that's what it was about for me, was I needed to honor his work, that it was his. And it was something that it was the two of us. We did that together. And so it needed to stay in the past because that's where it happened. And there was no more us. There was no more of us doing things together. And therefore, it had to stay in the past, So, not, like I said, not the easiest decision to make sometimes, but you got to do what you got to do, Okay, so I have 3 mandalas. These are from Christmas cards that I did. So I have these 3. I have just cut them out of their backgrounds. They were on backgrounds like this. Gray, red, and a dark green. That's not black, it's a dark green. Anyway, I've cut them out, and so I think that we should put these in here. And at some point, I will draw some things too. I may not do that today. I thought I was going to, but maybe not. The mandalas just pop on black. There is or a dark color, there is no getting around it. There is no getting around it, so maybe we'll just put this one right here. Okay, this is photo paper, because these were printed at a photo. I don't know. I don't remember where we got them done. It seemed like I had most of these, I think. Not all of, but some of these I had done at Walgreens. And anyway, it's photo paper. So, photo paper, in my experience, does not like to stick. And so I like to use a tape, paper-backed tape. I find that it works, for me it works better. But of course, going around curves is a pain in the neck, which is exactly why when we print them like this, because they're much easier to put on the card bases. I would never print them, cut them out as circles, and then do this to all the cards. I couldn't do that. That'd drive me a ballistic. But since it's my journal and my artwork, I can do it. I can do it like that. Okay? And then what I do is I use a Teflon bone folder. I don't know why it's called that, because it's not, as APG Jamie says, it's not a real bone. And burnish it down. So I burnished down the adhesive well. And then you got to sit here and pick off all the little release papers, which doesn't take too long to do. And then you got one shot at putting this down, because if you stick it down and it starts to go down on the page and you make a mistake and you go and you drop it, for example, you drop it on the page and you go, that is not where I wanted it. Good luck getting it off the page. If you have a liquid called Undo, which is spelled U-N-D-U, if you have that, sometimes you can get it off without harming things. But you really do, just think of it as a one and done kind of situation. All right, let's see if we can put this on here with, which way do I want to put it? This way, maybe this way. And I'm just going to say that's it. And I'm going to stick it on there. Okay? And that tape is the best thing that I know of to apply it well and easily to a page. So that's what I use. Hey, Joyce. Hello, Noeat. Noeat, I love print on sticker shit. What is print on sticker shit? Noeat, what do you mean? Like sticker paper? Is that what you mean? That's funny. All right, let's come over here and let's put this one over here because I like them on black better than the white. Yes. You know what? I don't have any sticker paper, and you know what else? I don't have a printer. It's not entirely true that we ordered one and it is at Elton's office. It is not here. So I hope it's a good printer. I hope I like it. We'll find out. We'll find out if I like it. But I've been without a printer long enough that I really, really, really miss it. First, my color printer crapped out, and then my laser black printer crapped out. And I'm like, oh no. Maybe I can get by for a while. You know what? I could not. I tried. So, ended up having to order another printer. Alright. I made a mistake here and got a little too close, so we're going to get rid of that. That was funny, Noeat. Noeat did, those of you that were here when I showed all the various Christmas ideas I've done through the years, one of the things I did were the wiggly trees. And if you follow Noeat on Instagram, she has several wiggly things. She had wiggly dreidels, wiggly candles, and I'm not sure what the other wiggly thing was. I know there was at least one more thing. I think that's what I got. I think it was a Brother Laser Jet, I think is what I got, I believe. Anyway, it was delivered to the office because I right now don't know where to have anything sent because I never know where I'm going to be, and so I think we sent it to the office because I think he said it was there yesterday. Anyway, follow Noeat on Instagram and then you'll get to see her, or go over there and search and you'll get to see her wiggly things that she did that were really neat. Christmas tree. Do you do a Christmas tree too? Okay. All right, let's see if we can put this on here. Maybe not on that one. Let's see. What do we have here? Yeah, we will, because I have more prints of this, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let's put this. Let's do this way. And I'm going to put it up a little bit this time. Okay, good enough. All right, and then I have one more, which is this one. Oh, your son's getting a 3D printer. Yep, those are really, really interesting. They are really interesting things. So what time is it? Yeah, I've been here not quite 2 hours, getting close. And we really haven't drawn a thing, but we have talked and we've fussy cut out some crazy stuff. And, you know, I mean, where else can you go to see page numbers get stamped on in a journal? I mean, really, you know? Oh, thank you, Judy Ann. Yeah, we did those for years and years and years. We sure did. Actually, that is how I started streaming, because I would stay up late at night and I would paint the carvings. And I would tell stories while I was painting, because then I didn't have to watch the chat. All right, let's see where we want this one. Not on white. I don't think white's going to work. Let's go to the next black section. Yeah, we'll just put it on black. Okay. So I would stay up and I would tell stories and paint, because I could do that. And that is exactly how I started streaming, because it was a lot more fun to have people to talk to when I was painting than to just sit here by myself or to watch TV, or because I couldn't watch it, so I would listen to TV in the background, and boy, after a while that gets boring. But having people to chat with, you know, because sometimes I'd take a break and I'd read the chat, and we'd get, you know, nasty 12-year-olds that would come into the chat and say, I want to see your boobs. I was like, whatever, you know. Like, no, you don't. Anyway, okay. So let's put this one, because it has a flat spot because of the printing. So you know what? We're going to take advantage of the flat spot. And we're going to put it right down here. There's another moderately flat spot, but that one I can disguise. You have watched me paint for years. You certainly have. We have. There's a bunch of us on here that have been together on the streaming platform. It used to be on Ustream, but we've been together on the streaming platform for a very, very long time. Certainly have. We have been through a lot of life experiences together also. Some good, some not so good, some stressful, some, you know, some not so stressful. Okay, so let's just take a look through here. So here's the front cover that needs a little something else, but some words or something, but it's not going to get it today. And so we just have some little trees that need yet to have some decoration put on them. This one needs, I think, some garland on it, not just some little red berries, but it needs some garland, so I have to come back and do that maybe. So there we go, Gnome Pole. As opposed to the North Pole, it's the Gnome Pole. Is Elton here? Cat lady. That's right. Cat lady's right. So we have some cardinals. This one's floating. We're going to have to give him something to sit on. And then we have a mandala, a star that needs to have some dangles, another little cardinal, another mandala. So just, starting out, and all the page numbers I stamped today, just starting out to put some artwork in here. It's something I can do. Elton loves to watch the news. He loves to yell at the TV, quite frankly. I hate watching news. I hate news. Okay? I hate news because it's never good. It's always bad. It's always the bad news. So I now have given myself something that I can do. Well, and I can be in the same room with him, and I can be in my happy little world and not have to do any kind of, I don't have to yell at the TV. I don't have to be even involved with the TV. I can just sit there and I can just glue and paste, draw, because you know what? This little book makes me happy. It does. So there you go. And I don't have to think. Hi, Dana. Sometimes you just gotta do whatever it takes. You gotta do whatever it takes, right? Okay. That being said, it is time for me to go. It is time for me to go. I'm glad you guys were here today. Thank you for being with me. I will not be here tomorrow, okay? I will be back if everything goes well. I'll be back on Monday. And until then, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Get yourself some cheap calendars with paper that rips when you look at it. and drive yourself crazy cutting out some little things and glue them in something, Glue Book January is coming up, right, Carla? I don't know if Carla's still here. If you hear we're having a hurricane, well, hurricanes don't affect us, but there are other things that affect us. Tornadoes affect us, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah, there's just something. There's things I can't do anything about. I exercise my right to vote. I vote thoughtfully, and I do things, I am much more about doing what I can do in the community where I live and not letting the turkeys get me down. All right, I'm out of here. I will see you on Monday. I am going to go celebrate Christmas this weekend with my new family. And so wish me luck that I don't make a fool out of myself or something, okay? I'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, you know the drill. Get creative today because it's easy. And I'll see you on Monday. That's my promise. I hope I can keep it. I'll see you then. Bye for now.